Welcome to Borderline Furniture, project number 28. I'm Mara, and this is the Spring Renewed Challenge hosted by Krystal at the Crafty Creech and Margie at the Asking Spot. For this challenge, a previously painted piece gets renewed. So I started to renew this headboard about 3 years ago, and I had this painted barn scene in mind, but sometimes ideas just don't seem to work out, and I scrapped it for this better idea. I was really super inspired by this geometric bicycle design. For me, springtime means bicycles. I live in Wichita Falls, Texas, the home of the Hotter Than Hell 100 bike ride. There are bike riders everywhere. And now, on to the project. I'm stripping off the old paint using Smart Strip and Strip It. Both of these eco-friendly strippers can be found on Amazon. Oh, I got to this point and then I remembered how many layers of paint I had to use to cover up that black paint. The best part about eco strippers is it's just water cleanup. So easy. I love it. So here's the pattern of the design I'm using, and this is how it's going to be framed out by the headboard. I'll be recycling used shipping crates for this project. I believe these had more nails than wood, and they aren't nice nails either. This took all afternoon, but all the nails had to be removed before using my brand new planer. I need to reduce both the width and weight of these boards. Okay, so here's a hot tip. Don't use contact cement if you plan to stain your wood. Luckily, I figured this out early, but it did cause me some problems down the line. I used a bandsaw to cut out the pieces, and then I sanded the rough edges with the belt sander. I'm wondering if a jigsaw would have given me a better cut. If you know, leave me a comment. Okay, there's nothing special about this belt sander except the price. I got it at Harbor Freight, and I've been using it for a few years, and it gets the job done. With all the pieces cut out, it's time for a dry fit. There are about 70 pieces in this project, and all of the pieces were cut out of scrap wood. As you can see, I have a few pieces that are not fitting quite right, so I'm just going to create a new pattern. It was never my intent to create perfectly fitting pieces, but these gaps were just unacceptable. In fact, what I wanted to do was create a look where the bike images appeared to be a collage of many different wood pieces, and that's why I mixed up the grain patterns. To further enhance the appearance of separation, I used my Surf Prep sander, and I also hand sanded all of the edges. To create the color effects I wanted, I'm using a combination of wood stain, paint, and a technique called Shou Sugi Ban. Sugi Ban is a wood burning technique, and that's why I have St. Lazarus and St. Vincent de Paul to help me with burning my test piece. I'm using bare weatherwood stain. I'm just not a hundo P on these bare water-based stains. Maybe it's my level of expectation. To be fair, I don't have a lot of experience using water-based stains. I'm using Varathane Weather Effects here. I saw a YouTube demo where the user said it was like using brown water in a can, and I guess he wasn't very impressed. But I have it on hand and I'm going to use it. And here's that part I was talking about earlier about using contact cement on wood. I found out really quickly that they don't mix, and I had to go ahead and sand this off and start over. Does your monkey brain ever say, oh my gosh, no, this isn't going to work. This is ugly. And then you have sort of that universal voice that says, just trust the process. Well, it was one of those moments. So, what did I do? Well, I decided to trust the process. This is just a white paint wash that I had from some paint left over from a previous project. This is a Japanese technique called Shou Sugi Ban or Yaki Soji. This is a centuries-old technique that's used to preserve wood. Depending on the level of burn and the color desired, you may have to take off some of that char. In my case, I didn't want to take off too much because I really needed that dark wood in my design. And here's that pie-shaped piece in the design. This is bare polyacrylic in that, and I'm going to use that to seal these pieces. Really, I wasn't trying to be an ultra perfectionist here, but I wasn't happy with the seal on the Sojiban pieces, so I went over it with some wax. Once in a while, we're lucky enough to get rain in North Texas. And when we do, it can be a deluge. And in this case, it was. It flooded out my porch and it ruined the feet on this headboard. So I've got to replace them. I'm using bare chalk paint in the color limousine leather for the feet and the headboard. With the bicycle design firmly glued into place, and I'm sorry I did not catch that on video, I'm down to the last piece of installing the legs on the headboard. Just a reminder, this is the painted headboard, and now for the final reveal. We are at the end of Project 28. Thanks to Krystal at the Crafty Creech and Margie at the Asking Spot for hosting this challenge. Please use the link at the end of this video to view the playlist. Your thoughts and comments are always welcome. Click to subscribe for more Borderline videos, and thanks for watching.